We're going to start working with Premiere Pro. Video is one of the most dynamic, powerful, personal, and versatile mediums out there. And being able to manipulate and edit video to tell a story, elicit emotions, and speak to an audience is truly the heart and soul of this incredible craft. Adobe Premiere Pro is the industry leader in video editing. We're going to be using Premiere and learning all about how we can edit video and put together projects so that you'll be comfortable producing video projects. I'm going to be using Premiere Pro 2022, which currently is the latest version of Premiere. When you first launch Premiere, your window is going to look something like this. This is the home screen of Premiere Pro, and it's the central hub where you can start new projects or open existing projects. The look of your home screen may evolve over time as you work on more projects and as the software changes. But let's talk about some of the things that you'll usually want to do in this area. The first thing that I want to mention is there is a built-in tutorial that's part of Premiere, so if you're new to Premiere, this may be helpful. Over here on the left is where you can start a new project or open an existing project. Currently I'm on the home screen, but if I click Learn, it's going to take me to the Learn screen, and this has a bunch of different tutorials and different resources that may be helpful to you. I'm going to go ahead and start a new project, so I'll click New. When you first start Premiere, Premiere is going to ask you if it can access files on removable drives. I'll click OK. And this is what the Start window is going to look like. As you can see, some footage is going to display. This is a project that comes with Premiere, and you can follow along with the Premiere tutorial and learn more things about Premiere. You're also able to use any of these files. All of this is located under Sample Media. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my project a name, so I'll just call this Demo 1. Then I'm going to say where my project is going to be located. I'll go ahead and leave this in the Video Edits folder that is located on one of my hard drives. When you see footage that displays here, if you put your mouse over the footage, you can drag from the left and the right. When you do so, if the footage is a video clip, you'll be able to quickly preview the clip. This is really helpful when you have clips that are very similar and you might want to decide if those are clips that you want to use within your project. We'll come back and look at this feature a little bit later on. Over here on the right is where we can set our import settings. So we can choose to copy media, create a new bin, which is like a folder, or create a new sequence. I'm going to turn off new sequence and I'll just leave everything off for right now. I'm not going to select any of these clips and I'm just going to simply click Create. Once you do this, Premiere is going to open, and as you can see, there's several panes that open within Premiere. So let's go ahead and let's bring something in. We can always add files, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Down in the lower left-hand corner, I have something called Project Demo 1. This is my project folder for this particular project. I also have some tabs right here. One is called the Media Browser, Libraries, Info, Effects, etc. The Media Browser is where you can actually browse your computer and find other footage to bring in. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a separate folder on my hard drive, and I have some clips that I want to bring in. So I'll navigate to this folder, and as you can see, it's going to give me previews of what these clips might look like. I'll go ahead and I'll just select a few of these so that we have something to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and select a few of these clips. You can hold down the Shift key to select in sequential order, or you can hold down your Command or Control key to select out of sequential order. Once you have some clips selected, you can right-click or Control-click and choose to import the files into your project. I'll do that now. As you can see, the files are being imported into my project, and now inside of my project window, I have a few files that I can use to show you around Premiere. I also wanted to mention that when you work with Premiere, Premiere does not embed the video files. So your native Premiere files are going to be rather small because they're going to be pointing to the media that is located somewhere else on your computer. What this means is that if you want to move a Premiere project to another computer, you're going to need to make sure that you take all of the media with you. And a little bit later on, I'll show you how you can package everything to ensure that you have everything that your project might need. Once you have clips that are located inside of your project file, you can mouse over the clips, and as you can see, it'll give me a little preview of what those clips might contain. If you want to look at the clips a little bit more in detail, if you simply double-click them, they'll open up in this left-hand pane. This is the source pane. The source monitor is where we can view and mark up our media in preparation for adding it into our timeline. The timeline is located in the lower right portion of the screen, and this is where we would assemble our project. This pane up here is called the Program Monitor, and that's where we will see the visual output of our project. Now that I have this file open in my source pane, I can use this playback head, and I can do something called scrubbing. Scrubbing will let me quickly advance or rewind through the clip. In this way, I can preview my clip, and once we learn how to edit, we'll be able to make edits within this window before we bring the clips into our project. We'll learn more about editing in a little bit. If I want to bring a file into a project, you can simply grab the file from the project bin and drag it to the timeline. As you can see, I get a little plus sign by the hand, and when I let go, that file has now been added into my project pane. As soon as you add something into the timeline, it will show up in the program window in the upper right. And if I scrub through the program window, you can see that the video is advancing. And if we look in the timeline, there is a timeline scrubber, which allows me to scrub through the video clip here as well. You can also use the standard buttons right here to play the video, stop the video, advance the video, or rewind the video. And if you click these little areas right here, it'll take you at this point to the beginning of the video or the end of the video. If you hover over these icons, it actually says go to out point or go to in point. We'll learn about in and out points a little bit later on. This particular clip does not contain any audio, so it just shows up as a video track in my timeline. If I grab one of these other clips, the other clips have audio, and you can see if we look in the project window that there's a little audio icon. This particular clip does not show the audio icon, and that's because it only is video. So if I grab one of these other clips and bring it into the timeline, you'll see that this clip is going to show up with the video track and an audio track. By default, the video and audio tracks are linked. So if we advance our timeline and then hit play, you'll hear some underwater noises that are going to be displayed as I play this particular video. You can add multiple video and audio tracks so that you can create all sorts of special effects and mix your files together. As I mentioned before, we're going to learn how to do all of these things in Premiere, but for right now, I simply wanted to show you a little bit about the interface of Premiere and introduce you to some of the basic techniques for working with Premiere.